Hi there and welcome to the Barbara Young channel, welcome to my Friday sews. And this week I'm part of the way through something I've mentioned before, so let's have a look at what I'm talking about. Now last week I mentioned that I was going to start on my jacket, that one, and guess what? I have actually got on with it. I have actually started it. The new look 6742. Now I have made this jacket before and I did mention that. This time I've got the jacket with me, the one that I made first time round, and here it is. It seems quite big, and it is. It's quite a sort of blousy sort of jacket in a way. So yes, it's got quite a big sort of area. And as you can see, the way the sleeves are on this, the shoulder comes out quite far over it doesn't sit there, it's designed to come out, and then the sleeves attached to that. Yeah, and it's really great. So and then this does overlaps by quite a bit actually on the front there. There's quite a big overlap. And I quite like that. It's what I wanted. And then it's just got this this big long tie to tie it up at the front. On the original pattern, it says basically using like a stud thing on there, but I thought I don't like that, so I used these. I don't remember what they're called. You know, like toggle button things that I put on there. I put a couple on there, of which I will do again. The thing with this one is two things. One, the sleeve was a little bit short. So on the pattern, I have lengthened that by at least a couple of inches, and hopefully that will work all right for me. And the other thing is that on the original pattern for this, it doesn't give instructions at all about lining. There is no lining. There's a facing piece, of which on this one I used a lining material to make the facing, but that's not what I'm going to do on this one I'm making now. And it doesn't say anything about lining the sleeves, but I did. I lined the sleeves on this because there's nothing worse than having a jacket that you can't get off because it's sticking to the clothing you're wearing. So that's the main reason for wanting to have the sleeves lined. So I will be doing that because I just feel it absolutely needs it. So there we go. The fabric that I'm going to use for this, I did show it last week, but it is this this lovely wool mix brown and creamy sort of material. And as I said, the outside is reversible. I could use it either way. I'm using that side for the main part of the jacket, but that facing piece I just showed you, the facing piece, I'm going to use the same material but the other side of it, so it won't be blue facing in there, it'll be the actual material, and I think that'll give a much nicer look than that one, even though I do really like that jacket. Now the lining material that I'm going to use for the sleeves though, Cordon Bennett, that's heavy, and that's only part of it because I've already cut out the material which is up there on the on my drawer there with my materials in, so that's only what's left. I'll mention something about that in a moment, but anyway, back onto the lining material for the sleeves. I'm going to use this stuff, which is a polyester. I can tell that's what it is. Well, yes, I'm pretty sure it is. This I got from the swaps table from the my sewing social that I go to, so brilliant. So whoever left this there, thank you very much, because yes, it's going to be really nice to be able to use to put this sleeve lining in there. The other thing with this is what I've got left of this, and the amount of this that I've got, I should be able to make a skirt, which is exactly what I intend to do. What my I can't remember what the pattern number is. I'll have to have a look and insert it, you know, somewhere around here. But it's the wrap skirt that I like doing. I really love to make. That's it's just brilliant now that I got it just how I want. It's a lovely wrap skirt, and this will lend really well to that because there's a certain amount of weight to it with this as a lining. So that's what I shall do. Yeah, so that is the jacket. Oh, except for one thing I haven't mentioned, which I do need to because it's quite important really. The pockets on this does have side seam pockets, and I don't like that. I'm just not a fan of them. They just don't sit very well at all, I don't feel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in pockets that are from the front, on the front there like that. So to try and make sure I get it right, I've done a practice piece like this one. There you go. And of course, with it being just a practice piece, you can see the back. Well, hey, all the magic's there. But basically it is just a normal sort of pocket with the little flap on, you know, put your hand in, fantastic. And I was just trying to work out how that would work and where it would position on here. So I was trying to get the positioning right as to how it's going to sit. So I've had a little practice and come up with my measurements of how I think and hope it's going to work for me on this jacket. So it'll have those front pockets, and I might even put a little zip pocket in on the inside. I don't know, haven't decided yet whether I'm going to do that. Maybe, maybe not. I'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, it's looking good. Like I say, pretty much all cut out up there, with the exception of the lining for the sleeves. That's the only bit I've yet to cut out. But otherwise, yeah, it's coming on quite nicely. Not particularly quickly, but it's certainly coming on. And hopefully now I've got everything cut out, this weekend I might be able to get a certain amount of it sewn up and have some structure to show you next week. So yeah, new look 6742. That one. Woohoo! Yeah, never mind. Now the next thing I've been doing this week is a little bit of, well, knitting. Just grab the book, and what I've done, it is this bit of knitting here. As you can see, it's a bit of knitting. It's not a lot, is it? No. But that's because I don't knit very quickly. I can't knit very quickly, partly because I don't knit very often. So it's not a skill that I'm really proficient in, but I do like to knit from time to time. And what I'm knitting is like a little, call it a little jacket. Basically, I've got this book and I found it in a thrift store. I'm pretty sure it come from the thrift store. It's possible I might have got it from the swaps table. To be quite honest, I don't remember. All I know is I managed to get hold of this book. It's a little booklet, probably came with a magazine. I presume it's got to have come from a thrift store because it's got a price on the back of £1. Woohoo! So yeah, I imagine this came from a magazine. And I don't know which magazine. Reader Services says here. So I don't really know. I'm not really sure, but that's the only thing I can see. Reader Services, and it's done by Hatchet Part Works Limited. Put my glasses on, I'm about to read it properly. So I'm not really sure who the magazine or where it's come from, but that's the only thing I can see that's in there. Reader Services. And it's called Stylish Cover-Ups, this particular one. Big and little knitting projects for you and your family. Stylish Cover-Ups, so yeah. Anyway, the one I'm doing is, let's get to the page that says, it's the Blanket Jacket, it's called. This wraparound jacket is easy to knit and a great casual layer for those not so warm days. In some ways, it's almost like a knitted version of the jacket I'm making, only obviously it's just a bit thinner and designed as just a layering piece. So yeah, it gives a picture there of it and the details. Now I've got 3 balls of this wool, which is not enough. I'm not sure if it says how much wool. Normally it says how much wool you need. And I don't think I've got anything like as much as what I required here. Yeah, I need about, according to this, 15 50-gram balls of wool. Now these are 100 grams, so I've effectively got 6. So I'm a little bit short on wool for it, but never mind, I'm sure I'll be able to find some more. It's just double knit acrylic, this one. It's nothing else, nothing special. So I'll have to go hunting at some point, but it'll be a while because, like I say, I'm not quick at knitting. So there we go, blanket jacket. So yeah, I'm giving that a go. So I thought I'd just give maybe a few things a go in this little booklet, which obviously would take me the rest of the year or longer because, like I say, I don't do it very quickly. Started on the back. Don't know, doesn't look like much because it's not much at the moment. I've got to get it obviously to cover my whole back, so that's going to take some time, but never mind. I'll get there. It's a nice relaxing thing actually, especially at the end of the day once I've finished whatever I'm doing and I've had a brew and I've sat down and finally let's just sit here for an hour before bedtime and do a wee bit of knitting. So then that's what I do. So just do a little bit of that, only a couple of rows or so at a time, but I'll get there eventually. And that's it this week. That's all I've been doing really. Not a great deal, I suppose, but I mean, it does feel like I'm getting somewhere with it. The jacket is coming along. I've started a knitting project. That seems good to me. I'm quite happy with that. So that's it to tell you about. I suppose I should first of all say thanks to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for creating the hashtag Fridaysews, which is always brilliant. There's always so many people that are doing the hashtag Fridaysews, and it's just lovely to go and see what everybody else is making and that. So go and have a look at that tag. So yeah, that's brilliant. So that's it from me this week. I better stop jabbering on like a parrot and say bye-bye. So yeah, there you go. If you like my video, please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like, and if you click that bell icon, you'll always get a notification when my videos come out. Please do comment. I do love reading your comments. It's always nice to hear what you're doing and what you're up to and what you're thinking. And if you wish to comment between yourselves, then please do, because that's why we come here, to make those connections. So it's just left me to say thank you very much for watching my video. I look forward to seeing my next video. Bye.
Yeah.